Once upon a time, a blind man named Shim Chong had a nice and pretty daughter named Shim Chong. Shim Chong was living a life of filial piety to her father by making money and doing housework for her blind father. One day, Shim Chong was heartbroken at the thought of her daughter, who suffered every day, and she left her seat to help her daughter. But because she couldn't see her eyes, she tripped and fell into the stream. A monk who saw this saved Shim Chong and said that if he wanted to open his eyes, he could open his eyes by offering 300 seats of offering rice, and Shim Chong promised to do so recklessly, and the monk disappeared suddenly. Shim Chong blamed herself for making a promise in hopes of opening her eyes. Because I didn't have enough money to offer 300 seats to poor families. Shim Chong, who sees her father suffering from anxiety every day, asked why his father is worried these days. Shim Chong hesitated to talk, but soon he talked about 300 seats in Gongyangmi. The filial daughter Shim Chong wanted to open her father's eyes upon hearing that Chinese merchants had to pass Yeongdongsu. But the current was so strong that they offered a young maiden as a sacrifice to the Dragon King of the Sea. Shim Chong decided to sell herself for 300 seats in Gongyangmi. The day before leaving, I prepared delicious food for my father, offered 300 seats of offering rice, and jumped to Yeongdongsu on a fishing boat. Shim Chong, who fell into the Black Sea, lost his mind, and met the Dragon King. After hearing the whole story from Shim Chong, the Dragon King lifts Shim Chong over the sea water with a lotus flower. Shim Chong, who rose above the water, married a king who was passing by the sea, and became a queen. Shim Chong, who became a queen, was not always comfortable with her father's father, so he asks the king to invite volunteers from all over the country to visit his father. As soon as she saw her father, Shim Chong called her father, and Shim Chong's eyes opened as she was surprised by her daughter's voice, which she thought was dead. Later, Shim Chong and her father lived happily ever after. Shim Chong is one of the representative traditional fairy tales in Korea. It is a classic novel of unknown authorship and is also famous for pansori. Shim Chong made sacrifices by supporting his own life to open the eyes of his father Shim Chong. I hope that children will have time to develop their filial piety to their parents, and think about their parents while watching Shim Chong, who risked their lives to repay the grace of their father, who gave birth to them and raised them.